Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast. Ozcast. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
The information contained within this podcast does not consider your personal circumstances and is of a general nature only. You should not act on it without first obtaining professional financial advice specific to your circumstances.
Paul Atherton is an ex-Wall Street advisor on a mission to help young people win back their financial power, wealth, and security. He does this by helping them understand the hidden world of finance, risk, and investments, helps them figure out how it impacts them, and to seize the opportunities to make it work to their advantage. This is Paul Street Journal. I'm here this morning with Paul Atherton. How are you, Paul?
Hey, Tim. Yeah, I'm really well.
That's good to hear. I've just changed my super recently and I've cancelled my life insurance and built into my super, and I'm just wondering whether you think that was a good decision or not. I'm 22, I'm reasonably young, haven't got any dependents, so should I get life insurance? Does it matter?
Well, yes, is a short answer. So there is a massive amount of underinsurance in Australia. It's probably everywhere, but I'm just viewing it from the Australian perspective, and I think massive levels of people being underinsured. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about health insurance. I'm not talking about insurance on your phone or your car. I'm talking about life insurance, total permanent disability, or income protection. So this is insurance on you as an individual. Should you have a problem, right? A life-changing problem, either life insurance, a permanently life-changing problem, or maybe a permanent disability, which is, again, permanent. You're not protected. And when I say you're not protected, what I actually mean is your dependents are not protected. Now, if you have no dependents, there may still be reasons to get insurance, but that's a separate conversation. I really am talking about people that have family. They have a mortgage, they have 2 kids, they have a wife or a husband, they have a partner, they have dependents, and they're not protecting their income, they're not protecting their life, they're not protecting their ability to earn. This is just wrong. Now, a lot of people do it, I think, because out of ignorance. A lot of people do it and say, well, I'll get around to it. A lot of people think they don't need it. And I think there are a lot of myths that surround it. And I'm genuinely, one of the things I really get nervous about when I take on clients, really that makes me nervous, is being uninsured. Investments we can get. I can make turn anyone into a really Warren Buffett level. That's what I say. But I can really help people with their investments. But that can take time. I'm not stressed about that. But insurance always gets me a very time specific. I want that covered as best as possible, quickly as possible. So I think there's some myths. So let's get to the myths. So the first myth is I can't afford it. And of course the retort to that is you can't not afford it. In other words, you have to get it, because without it, you're totally leaving your family exposed. Any dependents, any loved ones that you have will be totally exposed to something happening to you. So you cannot afford it. It's rubbish. You absolutely need to have insurance. And it's nowhere near as expensive as you think it is. Okay, we're not going to run numbers on this show, but it's just honestly, most of if there was a common reaction when I get people properly insured, it's, oh, wow, it's so cheap. Really, that's genuinely, I had no idea. So I think the perception of cost is way out of proportion to the actual cost. Second is, I will never make a claim. Then that's the feeling, right? I'm going to spend this money and I'm just not going to make that claim. So it's money for nothing. Well, unfortunately, the statistic tells me otherwise. If you look at the numbers, particularly if you start getting on with age, or 35 and over, the numbers are scary. It's far more common than you think. I would suggest people look up mortality rates, look up rates of cardiovascular disease, look up rates of cancer, look up rates of heart disease, look up rates of everything, that modern day world gets afflicted with. We hear it on the news, we just ignore it. It's far higher than people think. Yeah, you need to be covered for that. That goes to number 3, which is the myth, which is not necessary. So I'll never claim it, therefore it's not necessary. And I like, are you kidding me? So you insure your phone, but not yourself, right? You're more concerned. People spend money insuring their phone, but not ensuring that the health and well-being of their loved ones. And fourth, it's too expensive, and this is not true. The fourth myth being it's too expensive. This is not true. It's very often cheaper than car insurance. It's actually often cheaper. You'll find this often the case. For Australians, all of those important insurances, life, total permanent, disability, TPD, and income protection, we can place in superannuation. So it doesn't even come out of your daily cash flow. This comes directly out of your investment plan. You won't notice it. You won't feel it. It'll just be a slight, ever so marginal cost, probably lower than anybody else charging you for your investments. And this one actually comes with a solid coverage. So put it in your superannuation, you won't feel it. And that's great for Australians. The insurance in Australia has the best payout rate, the best payoffs in the world. I'm pretty sure. Like, I've seen comparators with the United States. Far more better be covered here than in the United States. Of course, you need to be covered in both the US and here, but the point is, we've got it really good here. Take advantage of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need insurance. And it's important to go forth in life with the knowledge that you are caring and covered for your loved ones for those sort of unfortunate events that hopefully never happen.
Well, great. Well, thank you for that information, Paul.
Cheers, Tim.
Paul Street Journal.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.